Hi, Daniel. How are you today?
Hi, I'm fine.
Okay. I know the homework was a lot.
Yeah,
Was it? Okay.
again?
I mean, so should we reduce the amount of homework than this?
No, actually, it's fine. The last question, I actually did more than you say to make a simple one for the wellness manual. I should make more than that.
Interesting. Okay. So, okay, then share with me, please.
Just to show. So this is the random generation exercise.
Okay, wait, because it takes some time. So
Okay.
until it really opens the screen in front of me, let me just check with you a few things. So, internally, inside your heart, you would like to work in on which field? So the IT industry is quite wide. You can work in administration, you can work in programming, you work in handling network devices. There is a lot of fields. There is AI, there is data analysis, there is programming for the websites. The fields are wide. And even when I'm teaching you Java at the moment, so we're just going through the titles or the topics that you might have missed. But when we move to Python, we are able to actually go into certain details that serve different fields. Okay, so just let me understand from you so that I can pass you information also from time to time about um, different jobs and yeah, so that depends on you actually, so I need your input here. What do you plan to work for?
Currently, right now, I'm kind of bit of a loss because I don't really know what kind of field I want to work with. And I'm just trying everything that I can know until I
Okay,
found out what
okay,
I'm good at or what
okay,
is my passions, that stuff like that. Just right now I just don't know what to do.
okay, it's
I'm a
okay.
little bit from that
uh,
actually.
it's okay, it's fine, it's fine. And there is I mean, that's not so bad as it looks like. Okay, then I will know then that I should share with you different fields and then explain to you what is the role of a engineer in this specific field, and then from there you're able to judge. Let me see. Okay, okay, so let me now. Okay, let me see your screen. Okay, I already see your screen. So this is task one, task two. Okay, okay, maximum. Yeah, that is totally fine. Uh, and that is simple. Okay, now what about the next exercise? Okay, interesting. Minimum range. So may I know from you, when we put, so here, if we add maximum range and then we say minus minimum range plus one, what is the result here?
We'll get the number uh we'll get one. Yeah,
One? And
yeah.
no, because okay, so this maximum range actually is 100, right? It's like you already put it here, right? And then you
Yeah.
say minus, and then you put the minimum range, which is minus 100,
Oh,
and then you say plus 1. So minus minus means that this is 200, then plus 1, 201. Okay. Actually, this is tricky, but okay, fine. Let me understand from you then. When we chose that range, um, you said here we are able to produce letters from A to Z. Are you able to change that to get letters from A small to Z small?
no, because the question only asks from what's it called? Capital letters A to Z, right? Am I
Uh-huh.
mistaken?
Okay. Yes, it's true. Can you run? Let me see what is the output from here every time. So okay, run again. I would like you to run a few times so that I'm able to see what is coming out here. G, okay. S, okay. And here we're always getting a positive number.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay, that's good. So okay, now if you put here 60, for example, the minimum, can you
Which
change
one?
this? Can you change the minimum character code to 60 instead of 65? Then run. Okay, one more time. One more time. One more time. Okay. May I understand from you one thing? Are you able to put that code in a loop?
Mm, no, not yet.
Okay, we didn't take loops yet.
Again, I got lost.
Did we take loops in our study so far or not yet?
Not yet. It's not yet.
Okay, okay, then it's fine. Then okay, share with me then your last the last exercise.
So instead of if else, I use switch case.
Interesting. Okay, while not exit. Okay. Uh, please enter your choice. Display menu. Show me the display menu. Interesting. Okay. The problem here that the only difference that I actually have to say to you here that I actually requested in the code or I mean in the exercise that you use a specific method. Okay.
Oh,
So I requested to use a method called ignore equals ignore case. So if you see the third slide from the exercise of this willingness, you will see that I requested to use that method. And I also requested to use an if instead of select.
oh,
So,
oh.
okay. Um, can you explain to me here how you going to exit? You use X to exit.
Yeah.
So if I put X small, what will going to happen?
It will still exit.
Okay, because you put character at and you put uppercase. So you change You change my input. Where do you change the input? To a small case. Choice.
Choice, yeah.
Okay. Okay. The point here that um, you have to convert every input to a lowercase. Am I right?
Yeah.
Are you able to change your select case to an if statement?
I think
So,
so.
okay, that's good. So please try to change it with me now. The point here that if we understand the code very well, we are able to edit the code, and that also improve from our understanding. Um, okay, that's good. Okay, a good start. If you are writing the code for the first time, no need to write the whole code and start to test. Test every single piece that you add to the code that can be tested. Just test it. So put some print statement inside the if, and then start to run passing it a and see if it works. Just put any print statement inside the if so that you recognize if it really works. I wouldn't recommend calculating the BMI. I just want to see that this line works. So I would like to get that A was selected. Just write A was selected. It's enough. Okay. Can you run and see? Okay, so it works, right? So it means that your if statement is correct. Okay. So I would say, please try to look at the method that I gave to you, which is which is equals ignore case, and try to use it instead of this.
Mhm.
If you would like to see an example for how this method works, I can show you an example, and then you can apply that here. But I still prefer that you give it a try first. That will help you to learn.
With that,
Okay, but wait. Uh, so this, yes, you will use that, but you will use this inside here. So what you write here is actually correct, but you will use it inside. So you cannot. So every time you want to check, so this will return true or false. This whole thing will return true or false. So this one should replace here. Totally replace all this statement. Can you, okay, so now where is your input? Where is the input that you're going to take from the user? Did you delete it?
oh, yeah, yeah.
So you can go back, yes, here and copy it. Okay, good. We need to put it here, but we need to modify it. So, okay, what is the purpose of this? Just let me first, because you need to remove certain parts of this. Okay, so what actually this does? This method, it takes small or capital, it doesn't matter. So it internally, if you give it, if you expect that you pass a to it and you give it a small, it will accept that because it ignores the case. So if you are expecting a or a, it will accept any one of them. So it means that you don't need to actually make your input, you need no need to convert your input to uppercase. So where do you change your input to uppercase? Okay, remove the parts that you change in the uppercase. Okay, excellent. Okay, try to run and see. So every single change we run and see if it works. If we do a lot of changes, so what is the issue?
Shell cannot be default. This one.
Okay, so okay, try to remove then this.
Wait, I think
You didn't define choice above?
yeah, I did define. Yeah.
No, you define it.
This one.
And this is which line? 16. Is it, this is line 16?
Yeah, line 16.
Okay, so it is saying character cannot be dereferenced. Okay, that is totally fine. May we remove character at first and see if that work?
Yeah. I have.
That will be another issue, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. What about making choice as not a character, as a string? Okay, can you put a small? Any confusion?
Hmm. Okay.
Does it work?
Yeah, it works.
Okay, so my question to you now, when you was putting it as a character, it makes an error, right?
Yeah.
And then when you change it to string, it works.
Yeah.
So this actually, if you remember, choice dot equals that we learned last time, it was we recommend to use that if we want to compare two strings together. So it doesn't really work with characters. It works with strings. This kind of method works with strings, not characters. Okay, so you cannot use it with a character. And when you was taking a single character here and saving it to choice, which is a character, you are not able to call on a character as a method that only works with a string. Did you understand me, or it's gone out or confusing?
Yeah, I understand you.
Okay. Are you able to use else if? So I will not ask you to make the remaining of the code, because if you make just so now you would like to make another if statement, or you would like to use an else if, and tell
Oh.
me why you choose certain direction.
If else if is sometimes I don't know. If wait, if also else if. Else if is to end the loop statement, right? Or is it if statement?
No, it will not end it. So okay, good. That is actually good. Can you make another if statement that will test if the input is B or not? Or even you can put it for testing if the input is Q. Under this, yes, yes, make another if statement.
Mm.
May I know why you are confused?
It's E, right?
Q
Q.
or X, you put X, sorry, you put X here. You put here for the exit X. Okay, that's good. Can you run?
Yeah.
Okay, that's excellent. Okay, do you know how to add an else to your if? Just else only. Do you know how is that?
It's fine. Else.
Yes, you can use else like that, yes.
Mm.
And you can put it in curly braces. Yes, perfect. So I would like you to print here, uh, exit was not selected. Just copy that and okay, please run. There's an error. There is a bracket that is extra. I believe this is extra. Just remove that, please. Extra bracket will cause a lot of issues. Okay. You put A. Press enter. Now tell me what did you see here being printed out?
It was selected. Exit was not selected.
Oh, that is interesting. Why I am getting this? In your opinion, so can you tell me now from your understanding this will be checked? Well, if this is executed and suppose A was printed out or this kind of print statement was executed, why I need to check the second if? So if we have an input as A, do we need to check to compare that input, which is A, to we check if it is an X, or we should be satisfied only that we have one if statement that works? Am I confusing you,
No,
or you?
we should check. We should only if the first statement is correct, we shouldn't check the other statement, right?
Yes, you are correct. Okay, that is a good common understanding here. Okay, may I also ask you, please, can you copy this else also in this if statement? I mean, you no need to remove it from here. Just copy it. Only make another copy for
Wait,
the top if
I,
statement. You can
I think
make Control Z. Yes,
okay.
Control C and Control V. Control C to copy, Control V to put it. So yes, like that. Make Control C.
Here, right?
Yes. If you press Control V on the keyboard, yes, that will put it here. Okay, but we need to modify our print text. So we say A was not selected. Okay, fine. Try to run, please. Okay, I want you this time to put X as an input. Okay, let us try to see what is output here. So this was printed, and so again, even though we are looking, we put X, so this is was printed out, and this was printed. Am I right?
Yeah.
So it means that our choice or our arrangement in the if else is not correct. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how we fix it?
Mm. Mm.
Excellent, excellent. Yes. Daniel, you are good. Trust yourself. Yes, I can see. Don't hesitate. Even if you make a mistake, it's fine. Okay, you are confused,
Yeah,
are
I'm a
you?
bit confused.
Okay. So what you did is actually good that you created this else if. Okay. The problem is you are putting an if statement here without a condition. So what do we want to check here?
Okay, okay, okay.
So we want to open a bracket and check something. What do you want to check?
Mhm.
Excellent, Daniel. Excellent. Yeah, you what you done first is correct, which is you checking the A here. So next you should check the B. You are correct when you do that. Okay. Try to run and fix the mistake. I would say don't make any more changes, just run. Okay, good. So yeah, what is the issue?
Mhm.
That is, where is the line? Which line here we are facing the problem?
23.
23. Where is line 23? Because I cannot see the lines from my place. Is it that this one? Okay.
That's this one.
So you have to also understand, be just very careful. Curly braces will cause a lot of issues here. Did you close this curly brace? Excellent. Okay, now run. You can put B, for example, yes. A was not selected. Just this is just because we did not modify that we should say B was selected, just only like that. But if you put, what about X? Okay. So I understand that this program needs still to be modified more, but uh, I can see that you are able to continue modifying it to list A, B, C until E. Okay, so that is fine. You already know how this works. Me, I know I need to ask you one more question before we leave here and continue our class. Now,
Okay.
when is this going to be executed? When this
When
else? Hmm.
when we didn't pick any of the letters like
Okay,
C and stuff.
okay. What about if you put Z? Can you put Z and tell me if this will be printed out?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So typically, we should be very careful that when we put a print statement like that, I understand that we was testing just now. So this else should reflect that, oh, error, wrong choice. Oh, select from A, B until maybe E. Okay, so and maybe also another possibility that yeah, I think this is the best possibility that you tell him wrong choice or wrong selection. You should choose from the correct characters A until E. Okay, so delivering a good error message also is part of a good system. So okay, now I think, do you have any question before we leave here?
No, no question.
Okay, so please stop your sharing and let me. Daniel, please let me know what do you see in front of your eye. Have you seen something like that before?
Server.
Okay, have you seen it in reality or have you seen an image like that before?
I've seen it in movies and stuff. I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, that's good. So, any idea what is the difference between a server that looks like that and a server that looks like that?
Maybe the how many capacity of the server they can handle, maybe.
Mm, not really. Both of them can be the same capacity. This is slightly more expensive, and there is more area because if you see here, there's more area to actually install. It's quite wide here to install many hardware inside, and this does not give you the ability from here like that to change any of the hardware unless you come here and open this. Did you open any computer before? Do you
Yeah,
have a
the chip.
desktop? Have you got a desktop or laptop?
Both desktop and laptop.
Okay, so tell me, what is your experience in uh, dealing or replacing parts inside a desktop?
Desktop, and I changed the RAM same as the laptop.
Okay, so you already opened the desktop from inside, and you know that if you didn't remove this kind of uh, sliding door or slide cover for this desktop, you will not be able to change any of the hardware, right?
Yeah.
But okay, so the rack server most of the time, they allow you to change certain parts without opening the cover. This is the cover that you can remove, and typically they allow you to remove it very fast. It means that they give you little amount of screws, and so most of the time, a good rack server mounted like that, they have the hard disk available for removal from outside. So they give you handles like that. So this is handles that allow you to take out a hard disk while the server is still working. Most of the time, the tower server is a cheap option that does not allow you hot swapping for hard disk while the server is running. So this kind of rack server allow you to change the hard disk while the server is running. So typically, this is a critical rack mounted server for an application that need to be running 24 by 7. Did you understand what I'm saying, or it's complicated?
Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying.
Okay. So typically, if you ever try to change the hard disk in your computer, you must close. You must close the computer and you must disconnect the power. Okay, and even when you're changing the RAM, also like that. But with a server rack mounted option like that, they allow people to change the server while the server is running. They call that, as I told you, hot swapping. Okay, did I make myself clear so far?
Yeah.
Okay, look at here. So this could be an example of a server room. Did you ever see that in reality?
Yeah, I think so. When I was interning at a medical center. I went to the server room to check the AC unit. So I know I've been to the server room.
Okay, so like I told you, the server that we have seen in the last slide is ready to be mounted in a rack mount like that. Okay, so there can be not only one server, there can be many servers. And this rack can actually carry not only servers, but also other network devices or other devices that is related to the servers. Okay, is that clear?
Yeah, it's cool.
Did you ever try to get out a server using the slide that carries a
No,
server? You
no.
didn't. You didn't see it even, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. 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 And let me tell you. Um, have a look at this, please. So, what do you see in front of your eye? Can you guess?
People checking their phone while they're driving.
Yes, that is correct. But so
And the system detecting their facial expression.
excellent. Yes, that is correct. So typically, high-end cars like BMW and the higher versions, they are using a system to detect the users. So they are able to detect if the user are busy with something. Okay, they are able to also detect. So he's saying here distraction. So it means that the user is not really looking into the road very well. He is distracting, and then he do other detections. He is detecting if the user are happy, if he's opening or closing his eye, if he's angry or not, and so on. Okay, so there is a tools that software companies that is built in that US people build it. Actually, part of them is Muslims, um, and they are building these tools and they are selling it to car manufacturers. Okay, so they are definitely using Python as part of what they are building. Okay, did I make myself clear so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so now let us go back to our Java programming. Okay, let me see here. Hmm. So this is the last thing that we checked in our last class. Okay, we can you still remember the conclusion that we reached at when we run this kind of print
Yeah.
statement?
The equal statement only can uh, only be able to read characters, and the equal statement could not read the characters, right?
This is true, but what we said last time, if we want to check equality between different strings, we must
We
stick
use equal,
to
yeah,
equals. Yes,
equals, yeah.
that's perfect. Okay, that's good. But then if we want more details, okay, which we will use it later if we are doing some kind of sorting or even advanced search capabilities that we want to add to our software. So we want to learn about a new method, the method called compare to. So the previous method only check if they are equal or not. So it can only return to you true or false. But if you want more input to adjust or to learn more about the two strings that you are comparing to each other, so you need to use compare to. So compare to return to you three possibilities: less than zero, bigger than zero, or equal zero. So if string 1 is exactly equal string 2, we return 0 to you. But then also we have to note that if we have ABC like that, this is a string, so let's assume this is string 1, and we have a string 2, which is, for example, let me see, X, Y, Z. So if we run this in an if statement and it returns something less than 0, it means that string 1 precedes string 2 in the dictionary. So I want you to run that. So, okay, now, can you create two strings, A, B, C, as a string 1, define it as string 1, and define another string, call it string 2, and put in it X, Y, Z, and then run this command in an if statement and see what does it bring out up to you. Will it bring a result that is bigger than 0 or less than 0? I think it's easier if you just put this statement in a print. So just put print line, and whatever is inside here, put it inside the print statement. That will get you whatever it is less than 0 or bigger than 0 also in the print statement. Am I clear, or I need to repeat again, or even show you a complete example?
Or maybe repeat again.
Okay, I can show you here. I think it is clear here. Okay. String 1 is called, we put hot. String 2 we put hotel, and then I would like to see when we compare S1 string 1 to string 2, it returns a negative number. But why, in your opinion?
Because the
So here we have 3 characters. Here we have 5 characters. So although, yes, we have 3 characters that is common in both, but S2 is bigger. So if S2 is bigger than S1, we return a negative number. That is one of the possibilities, but there is other possibilities. So now if you compare S4 with S3, so hot and dog. So you have to look here. S4, H come after D, right? So here he doesn't compare really the count. He look at the first character, H and D. So which one come first? D come first, right?
yeah.
So when D come first, it means that D come first than H. You sure?
Yeah, D comes first.
No, no. Yeah. It comes first. It's true. It's true. So, but H come later. Yes, it's true. So H is actually bigger than D.
Or the he has a bigger number in S6, right?
Yes, in ASCII. Yes, in the ASCII
ASCII, yeah.
table. Yes. So that's why it bring me a positive number. Okay. So I want you to try to write these 2 lines and these 2 lines, and tell me, put this in a print statement so that you are able to see if it's return a negative or a positive. If you just run it like that, you will see nothing. It not print out anything out. Is it clear, or I need to clarify it a bit more?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay.
Yeah, give me -2.
Which one give you -2? The first one?
The first one, yeah.
Okay, that is good. And then what about the second one here?
Give me +4.
Positive what? Just positive
+4.
4. Can I know this positive 4 represent what in your opinion?
+4 represent S4.
Yes, I understand. But so if we compare H and D, so is it H is more than 4 characters away from D? Is it? Are you confused, or I need to simplify that?
A little bit confused.
Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Am I right? So this is
Yeah.
D, this is H. So they are 4 characters away from each other.
Yeah.
So that's why you got 4 as a positive number here. Okay. So I want you to switch, make another print statement, but just say S3 dot compare to and make here S4 and put also this in a print statement. So you just switch between, so this is exactly the same like here, but we put here S3 and here S4 and see and tell me what is the negative number that you're going to get.
I got -4.
-4. So it means, okay, fine. Can you change this H from H to I? So remove this H, put I instead. And try to run.
Yeah, 5 and -5.
So does this indicate anything to you so far from what we are doing?
It's indicate on how many letters before the before between we compare the words, right?
Yes, yes, the first character of the word. But
Yes.
but the only special condition here in if they are both the same characters, so they count, they compare the count. But in the normal, they only compare the D, the first character, to the H, which is the first character here. But when we find that the first 3 is identical to the first 3 here, and but this word is bigger than this, so we compare the character count. That's why you get here negative, and it become -2, which is 5 minus 3, because here 3 characters, here 5 characters, so the difference is 2. You're getting here -2, right?
Yeah, -2.
Okay. So may I know if you add another character here? Maybe, let me see. Just add Y here at the end. Y capital. and tell me if the numbers that you're getting here is different.
Yeah, I got -3.
So does this give you an indication? Does this indicate to you something that we are able, again, we are trying to understand the pattern in, if we change something, what is the result? Is the result going to change?
Yeah, the result is gonna change.
Okay, so does it change based on the character count?
Yeah, change
Okay,
depends
can
on the
you,
character count.
okay, can you put extra Z here? And
Where?
in the hotel, we added extra Y. And then can you add extra Z, please, to the hotel? So it become 7 characters.
Yeah. It add another character. It become -4.
Okay, so it means that again is that this makes the concept that we are counting or comparing the count between this similar strings here. I mean, is that understandable?
Yeah,
Okay. So am I able to proceed or you are confused?
yeah, you're able to proceed.
Okay. So okay. The last thing that we're going to put to compare here, if we check S4 and S5. So you see here S4 and S5. Both of them is strings that contain hot. So if we compare both of them because they are equal, we return 0. Okay. So is that clear? Can you write that, please? Can you write this line in a print statement?
It give me the 1.
Oh, really? 1? You
Yeah.
sure? Yes, because you
Oh
change
yeah.
it S4 to
I
I.
yeah, give me 0.
Okay. Let me tell you here. I want to tell you that um, methods like substring builds and return a new string rather than modifying the current string. So when we use substring last time, it's a method that can cut the original string into some pieces that we can of our choice. So it does not really modify um, the string. So if you have S, which is Kendrick here, and then when we call substring on the S variable, it actually returns a new, it reserves a new place in the memory. It does not really change the S. So, so in the RAM, you will have a place that is reserved for S, and S have here Kendrick. Okay, and then when you use substring like that, so you actually reserve a new place for the substring. Okay, but when you call the substring like that, will it be saved or no?
Mm, no, it won't be safe.
It won't be saved, right?
Yeah.
Okay, why? And if we want to save it, what should we do?
Mm, Because
Don't hesitate. You are smart. You are really smart. Don't hesitate. Just tell whatever comes to your mind without worrying that you say wrong. It's fine.
Because the S currently is stored for Kendrick and not Snoop.
Okay.
Yes.
So okay now okay fine. I accept your answer. Now what do you see? You see these two lines. This line is actually doing what?
Reads Snoop Dogg.
Yes, it takes this string and store it in S and replace that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, correct.
Correct. Okay, but I would like to modify the understanding here. Actually, when we do that for string specifically, it's not like integers. String specifically does not accept. It's called immutable. It does not accept modification. So if we reserve a place for S and we store a Kendrick inside, and you try to modify S content like what you are doing here, it will take another place. It will remove the reference for that place and will not call that place S anymore. And it will make a reserve a new place in the memory, and it will put in that the new content that you put Snoop Dog. So this place will not be erased. It will still be there, but we cannot access it anymore. So when we try to access S, we will be only getting Snoop Dogg. We will not get Kendrick anymore. But Kendrick is not deleted from the memory. But we are not able to access it. It is still there. If you are having some tools to read the memory, you'll be able to see Kendrick. You are able to read that Kendrick is still there. It's not replaced. But we just string have capability or not a capability, a problem that you are not able to overwrite its previous content. So every time you try to rewrite the content of a string, it will leave the old space and it will reserve a new place in the memory. If you are having x, an integer x, and you put 5 like that, and then you here put 5, 10 inside the x, this will actually so this is x. It previously have 5. So if you want to execute that store 10 inside x, it will just do like that. Okay, it will not take a new place in the memory and put 10 inside. It will go to the same place that it reserved in the first time and just edit the content inside. Did I make myself clear, or
Yeah,
oh, are you confused?
No, so for my understanding is that string, it only the how we perceive the change, like Snoop Dogg and Kendrick. Like if at first we put S as Kendrick, and then we put S, we transfer it back to Snoop Dogg, but Kendrick is still there. But for integer, when we put the number 5 and then x equals to 5, okay, then we put x equals to 10, then the
RAM, yes, or memory
program
location,
will
yes.
take program will replace with 10, right?
Yes, yes. We'll replace the memory content with 10, yes, without reserving a new place.
Okay.
Okay, so, okay. So when we print S in this case, like when we print S here, we will print out Snoop Dogg. Can you try this, please? Can you try this 1, 2, and then 3? All right, these 3 lines, and tell me if you are able to print out S as a Snoop Dogg. When you are alone writing code, I prefer you try to minimize as much as you can the amount of copy and paste that you do for coding. Because if you want to pass an interview, they will see how you write. So a small practice every day that you are able to write codes and remember it from the back of your head, it's something good. That will improve your how to say, your memory ability to remember code. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I got Snoop Dogg.
Okay. You didn't get Kendrick, right?
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Okay. Now look at this line before we go from here. S dot substring. So can you try to write that line here?
Okay.
And tell me what is the output of that line.
Snoop.
Really, how you managed to get an output from here?
I
Put it in
put
a print?
in the, yeah, put in a print.
Okay, if you didn't put in a print, it will
If I
produce any
didn't put
output?
in, yeah, it won't produce any output.
Okay, so to be able, so it means, okay, and may I ask, did you put this line here in the same place and then you put a print statement after it? Did you print S after this line, or how you arrange the?
I put the print statement first, and then I put the substring statement
So
inside the print.
can you reverse, please? Did you manage to reverse?
Yeah, message was I got Snoop Dogg and Snoop.
Okay, so it means that this remains the same. Your when you print S is still not changed.
Yeah.
So okay, now my question to you now: when you use a substring, does it change S or no?
No.
It doesn't change S, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so it means that if you don't print that statement or even save it in another variable, it will be lost. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how are you going to save it? Am I able to say um, y, string y, equal s dot substring? Am I able to do that like that?
No.
Why no?
That means you will have an error, if I'm not mistaken.
No, no, I don't, I doubt that. Can you try it and tell me? So, but you have to take it out from the print. So you just need to copy that and put it equal string y. And tell me if you have an error.
No, I don't have an error.
Okay, so you are able to do that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. May I understand now what was the confusion in the first place? Why do you think it will have an error?
Maybe I thought I think of something else, maybe.
Okay. So now do you understand if you want to save the substring output, this is how do you save it? Now, is it clear?
Okay, so that means we have to put in the variable, right, for the substring.
Oh, you have two choice. You either if you want to print it out like you did, this is another choice. And or if you want to keep that change and not only print it out, you want to keep it in your program to use it later. Yes, then you have to save it like that. You have to keep it inside a variable. If you don't, then you do this operation, but you once you move to the next line, it's gone. This information or this operation output is already not saved. So you have to save like that. Am I clear
Yeah.
so far?
Yeah, you're clear.
Okay, okay, that's good. We move to the next. Yeah, so here, so okay, let me confirm your understanding here. Do you understand this code?
Yeah, understand.
Okay, so this is what we was talking about just now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Should I move to the next?
Yeah, I think it should.
Okay. This is a method. This method is called change me. Okay. And change me take an input and try to modify the input inside the method. Okay. Now have a look. So this is our normal main. And this is the code that we need to write inside the main. I define a string variable that's called hi. And then I store it inside x variable. And I pass this x variable that contains hi inside the method. And the method definition is like that. So I am taking an input, which is x, and then I try to change the x into hello. Okay? And then I do nothing here other than that. And then I come here, I try to print out. But the problem is the x that I'm going to print still print hi. Any idea why is that happening?
Can you repeat the question? I think we lost.
Okay, so I define x, and then I pass my x variable into this method. This method do something to the x variable that is passed as an input. So it will try to change it, and it will store hello inside this x. Okay, is
Yeah.
that clear line?
Right. Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, now we come here on the third line, we try to print x. This is the same x here. We try to print. So when we print out x, hi will be printed out, not hello. Why is that happening? Why is this behavior happening?
Because we actually changed the x in the change me line
Method, yes.
method. Yes, in the change me method. So that's why it become hello, right?
Yes. No, I mean, yes, it become hello. Yes, it's true. But when we try to print here, it will not print hello.
It print hi.
Yeah, why?
That means you read this first line of
Exactly,
the method.
yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, you read the first line of the hi, so it doesn't. Yeah.
So why? But yeah, why is this behavior? Why I'm not able to make the change here persistent? It means that it can last after the method exits.
Because I
Confusing?
yeah, it's confusing.
Okay, no problem. It's okay. So we call this a global scope. So a global scope have here x equal high. Okay, and then we call change me. So when we call change me, we have a new place in the memory, and we pass it another copy from x, and this copy only exists in this kind of scope, and we pass it x equal high. This is when we enter here for the first time before we do anything, x here equal high, same like this. Okay, and then we try to put x equal hello. Okay, and then we return after we execute that line, we return back to the global scope because, okay, this only contain one line. We execute it, and then we return back here. So when we return back here, we return none. We return nothing because we never use the return statement here. There is nothing here. We just change. So the change only persists in the scope of change me method. So, and this is a different area in the memory. This have no relation to the global scope, which is this one. So this is called the main global scope. This is the scope of main, and this is the scope of change me here. Okay, so this and this are totally different areas in the memory. So what is happening is that, yes, you take x equal high, but you change it inside, but you never return that change to the main global scope. So the main global scope here does not know anything about what you've done here. So it is something like you say, okay, you have a piece of meat, you enter the kitchen, and you take that piece of meat, you take part of it, and then, or maybe you take the whole meat, you go to your room, cut the meat inside, and return empty-handed to the kitchen. So if you have maybe one of your parents in the kitchen, they never know what you did to the meat inside your room. You cut the meat inside your room, but you return back to the kitchen empty-handed. Means that you carry nothing. Okay, so nobody knows what you have did to the meat inside your room, because the people inside the kitchen cannot see what happens in your room. Unless they go with you to the room to see. But when they are staying here, they see nothing about what is happening on the change me. Did I explain it to you correctly, or you getting confused?
Yeah, I think it's made correct.
Okay, so again, when you try to do the print statement here, okay, so what you will print is what you print here, this x, because you know nothing about this x. So is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. So we will see later that exception to this concept. So this concept have exceptions. Certain things we are able to change, and this change will persist. But it is not for normal variables. It's for specific variables. I will show you later that. So I would say I think we are exceeding our class time, but this is a how to say, this is a lab exercise that I will want to pass to you. You will take an input as a full name from a person. This full name have spaces in his between his first name, second name, and third name. And then I want you to make a method that actually take that full name and return back to me the first, middle, and last name. So it means that you need to divide this into 3 pieces. Do you think you're able to do that? Daniel?
Okay, so that means what's it called? I input the three names,
Mm-hmm.
and then the program will what's it called? Differentiate between the three names, right? Which is the first, middle, and last.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think I can do that.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, then see you next class. Do you have anything to tell me before we close?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, then see you next class.
All right.
Take care. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.